Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Good morning. Today is the 11th of June and this is a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2023 Bromley Pageant of Motoring Part 5. This is sadly the final Bromley Pageant, as the Mayor of London has decided to expand the ultra emission zone. And of course, as we have been doing for the past 5 years on the channel, we shall avoid talking about diesels because the Mayor of London says we can't. I do apologise if there's wind noise, if there are announcements, if there's music, if I fall over, if I get things wrong. It's just the way that it goes on this channel. So Jaguar XJ Series 1, looking very smart. I'm not sure what year this is, sort of an undateable plate on it, 4.2 litre. Then we have sort of racing replica here of the Courier cars. I'd like to say that's a sort of D-type replica as far as I know. Jaguar S-type, in fact 2 of them. Hope that both of these are petrol ones. They probably are actually if they're the earlier ones. Facelifted ones more likely to be had with the engines we can't discuss. Yeah, it's a petrol one. Oh, this one's got a cream interior. And that one's got a beige interior with wood, which I approve. That's very, very kind. Thank you very much. Yes, very, very nice. I do like a nice beige leather interior. Thank you.
Thank you.
I suspect if we remain in this Jaguar section for much longer, we'll be seeing an awful lot more of those beige leather interiors, Fiat. And that was a V8. I presume the right-hand one, which is 99 to 2000, is a V6, which is 2003 to 4. XKR, 2011 to 12. Not much chance of a beige leather interior in that one. If it had been a normal XK, then perhaps. Jaguar X-Type. I hope this is a petrol one, really. Oh yes, it is. It's similar in specification to the one that I drove on No Budget Reviews in 2020. It's the 2.5 with all-wheel drive. The one I drove was just the 2 litre, which is really a 2.1, which just has front wheel drive. Quite like them though, actually. XJ8, X350 or X358, I think sometimes these are called. This is a facelift one. XKR, the second generation. Another early XJ here, absolutely a Series 1 on a G plate, so 68, 69, very early one, 4.2. Is that a Ford Cougar Vignale, viewers? I'm afraid I don't even know what engine that has, so we're going to have to keep moving on and end up with more Jaguar S-type beige leather interiors, which I think you'll agree is an agreeable place to be. Yes, please. Yeah, this will be one of the early ones, won't it, with their sort of much smaller screens. Yeah, the 3 litre. Like the one that I drove actually on No Budget Reviews in late 2022. Another one of these X300. XJs, this one looks in rather nice condition. Just a sort of normal XJ6, probably, don't know, 3.2. SKR, second generation, with the rising gear selector. I think that's a facelifted one, I could be wrong. This is a pre-facelift second generation XK. Oh, do we have a beige leather interior, viewers? I'd say it's more sort of cream. Ooh.
Look, have a look at your phone and tell me if this is...
Well, this type is nice, viewers, but I've just spotted the rev counter, so we're going to have to keep moving on so that we don't talk about things that we shouldn't do. That was the 3 litre V6, well, a very late one on the 2007 plate. And I think we've actually seen this one maybe before, or maybe we haven't. I get confused now, but I like this beige leather interior with wood. It's not going to be the last time I'll say that today either, is it, viewers? Right, we better move on down into the Ford section. Another Mark III Capri 3 litre S on a T registration, so 79-280. Again, this is the second 3 litre S I've seen today with the vinyl roof. I just keep thinking of the cars used by professionals, and none of those had the vinyl roof on the Mark IIIs they had. So there we go, learn something new every day. Ford Cortina. This is a Mark V Cortina, or Cortina 80. 1981-82 registration. I'm maybe to drive a Mark V Cortina at some point later this year. There's a couple of them I've been offered actually. One is close by, one's a bit further away. Mark 1 Ford Granada. This one's a gear facelift, 77-78, 76-77 registration. I do apologise. 3 litre gear with the S6 V6 and an automatic gearbox. Someone clearly doesn't like this ultra-low emission zone expansion, do they? They're a sensible person, because neither do I. Mark 5B Escort. It's an LX. It's probably a 1.6 with a 16-valve engine. Right, viewers, this Escort van might possibly have a forbidden fuel engine in it, but might not actually, because that's got a 6-speed gearbox put in it. I suspect something lurks underneath that bonnet, which is not the standard old Endura D, which we can't discuss. This little van here, I forget what these were called. I think these were badged as Thames originally. Thames 300E, I'd like to say, but I could be wrong about that. The late 50s, that one. Right, more Hondas. EP3 Type R, 2004-5 registration. There's the 6-speed gearbox again. I don't actually know what this is. It's a 2009 sort of, I think, a K car or something like that from Honda. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. It's got an automatic gearbox. Honda Spark. Never heard of those before. I have, however, heard of this Iota Ford Zodiac, Mark 1 Zodiacs, be from the early 50s, this. And doesn't that look utterly fantastic? Mark 4 Escort here. Thank you. 55 Zodiac. Mark 4 Escort here with some interesting front end work. It's not an XR3 or anything because it's a 5-door. I don't know what that is. 87, 88. Ford C-Max Titanium. I think that's a petrol one. But I think most of you will be more interested in this Ford Cortina here. It's a Mark IV Cortina, and that looks rather quick actually. Would this happen to be a 2 litre S by any chance? Or it's a 3 litre S. Maybe that's one of the sort of South African imports or something. Early Sierra gear here with interesting body kit on it. I think that's had an engine swap or something. That gearbox looks like it's off a later Sierra, like the one that I drove in 2021 that was an 89 with the Ford twin cam in it. Consul Capri, pre-suffix. They may be between 61 and 64, so it could be, to be honest, any of those. Absolutely any of those. Very rare. The styling dated very quickly, and so they took it out of production because they were expensive to make. Mark II Fiesta here with the poverty spec dash. Look at that. It's one of the only incidents I've seen where a completely different dashboard was put in the lower specification, higher specification cars. So it would have been like a, I don't know, a 1.1 Popular or something, and it's now something else, judging by that front end. What's that, 8687? Another 2.8 injection Capri here, 1984 to 85. VW was Essex plate. It could have been registered by Ford themselves, but you know, it's difficult to say really. Then if this is a real Mark Lloyd Cortina, it'll be worth a lot of money. Umbrella handbrake. And ooh, I think we've seen this one before, the little spinning model in there. 66 Cortina 80 Estate, 1981 to 82. Do we have a trim badge for you to help me out? Yes, we do. It's a 1.6 GL. Also, same era, 81, 82, is this Cortina 1.6 Carousel Special Edition. Both of these were Pinto. This actually got one, you know, plastic on the door card at the back. It's a very, very, very original car. There's the Pinto, one of the easiest cam belts to change ever, ever really. And there's the original invoice from Morley in Leeds in 1982, a very, very late Mark V Cortina. There we go. Ford Orion LX. So this will be a 93 only. I'm afraid we don't have a rear wiper, but these changed to being called the Escort Saloon in September 1993. So this will be August or September only. This particular car from 1993. And we do like this sort of thing, viewers, very much, even if those might not be the original wheel trims. The Mark III Orion facelifts all got this little bar in the middle of the grille to distinguish them from the Escort. Might have a look at this Transit, viewers, if this is a petrol one, but I might not be very lucky. Oh, it is! Oh, it's a petrol one. Oh, brilliant. Gosh, these are rare. Smiley face Transit, also known as the Mark V's, built in Southampton, about 2 miles from where we live. 1996, 97, 97 registration. Mark 1 Ford Capri, very rare. 1970-71 registrations, a pre-facelift, 2000 GT. That's interesting piping on the seats, isn't it? Very interesting. Very nice and shiny. Another 2.8 injection Capri with the pepper pots. Is this an early 5-speed? Yes, it is. I wonder if that's a special, I'm not sure. Unlike a lot of these Mark II Escort 2-doors, this one is not an RS2000 or RS2000 replica. It's actually a 1600 Sport. It's on a T, I think, so 78, 79, yeah, with the little facelifted front end with the Ford Oval badge. Do we have a Ford Escort RS Turbo here, viewers? I think we probably do, judging by various things on this one. Or that gear lever's been changed. Yeah, it's an RS Turbo, 89 to 90. Getting a sort of vibes from the third series of Cat's Eyes on this one. Well, Leslie Ash drove one of these. A little bit older, 88, 89, same colour. This is the Mark IV Escort XR3i. And the first of some RS Fords, I think. Escort RS Cosworth, 1993 to 1994, with, I think that's a Sierra Cosworth wheel inside. Obviously underneath this basically is a Sierra Cosworth anyway, so that would make sense to fit one. Mark 1 Focus RS, very limited production for these, I think only made in this colour, 2002 to 3. And excellent, yes, this is a sort of custom front end. Is that the American front end or something for one of these? So that's a personal plate, so I don't know exactly what year that one will be. Mark 2 Focus RS with the 5-cylinder Volvo white block in it. And massive diffuser on the back. Much earlier is this Mark 1 Escort 2-door, 1971-72. And that is a top-notch paint job, isn't it? That's really, really, really expensive looking. Another 2-door Escort here, 79 to 80, late Mark II. The vinyl interior, I suspect this would have been quite a basic one originally. From Page Motors of Epsom. And this looks like a sit-up and beg Popular to me, viewers. I wonder if this has still got the original side valve in it. Maybe not. Ford Zodiac Mark II. This would be from the late 50s, early 60s. Fiesta van. Oh, this will definitely have the low spec dash in it, won't it? 1986 to 87. Yep. Good old poverty spec dash. 1982 Ford Cortina Crusader Estate. This different colour tailgate. The Mark IV tailgate with this is interchangeable, of course. Someone's put a 5-speed gearbox in that at some stage in its life. It wouldn't have originally had that. And a little ornament, I think, from one of the Mark IVs after Zodiacs. Another RS Turbo, I think, here. 88 to 89 on an F. 1988 Ford Escort Mark IV 1.4 LX. Still got the windy windows on, unfortunately, for those of you who are kind of more into the higher spec stuff. Ford Capri 2.8 injection. 1983 to 84. Mark III Zephyr Zodiac, 1963. It's the first Mark III I've seen today, actually. It might not be the last one, though. Probably see a few more of those. 1983 to 84 Ford Capri, I think it's to be a 2-litre S rather than a 3-litre. Yep. Ford Capri 1.6, probably base 1.6, 82 to 83. That's when they started sort of rationalising the Capri trims about then. But this was even before that. This is also, I think, rather basic Capri. So 8081 plate. And another 2-litre S. 83, 84, that green one's a 1.6 GL. Hatchback very useful, of course. Oh yes, some Mark II Granada action. I wondered how long it would be before we found a Mark II, viewers, and here is one. Very nice. It's a 2.8 GL, 79 to 80 plate. Mr. Colburn from British Mechanic will be happy. Mark I Escort van with significant modifications. It's a camper. Oh, it's had a RS2000 camper van shape. Mark IV Escort Cabriolet. Those wheels, I think that's got Cosworth or something. I don't know what year that is. It's got a personal plate on it. Oh, there's an information sheet here. Let's take a look at that. That's an 86. A very early one then. Yeah, the engine's standard, but it's got other bits and pieces in it. Ford Anglia 1964 Deluxe. I suspect that's not got the original Kent engine in it anymore. It's probably got something else in there now. Another console Capri, again early 60s. Escort XR3 Mark III from Barlamb Ford. 1981 to 82 registration. These actually were launched alongside the standard versions of the Escort Mark III. It was a sort of plan from day one. 1967 Ford Cortina Mark II. I wonder if the 1600E Club will be here again this year. Hopefully we'll get to them at some stage, but we've got an awfully long way to go before we get there. 1973 to 74 Ford Capri Mark I facelift. This is a 2000 GT. Ford Squire. Wow. 1958 or something like that. The original Ford Escort was a cheaper version of one of these actually. 1982 Ford Cortina. Very late one. Mark III Cortina 2000. 1974-75. This is a facelifted one. Extremely brown interior. Another 1982 Cortina 1.6 with it's an interesting steering wheel, isn't it? If you can actually see that, the reflections today are terrible. I've had to take my sunglasses off because I can't see the screen that I'm filming on. Mark 1 Mondeo. Does this have by any chance a rear wiper on a saloon? No, so it won't be a gear. I don't know what trim level that is, maybe an LX or something like that. 94, 95. 1970 only Mark II Ford Cortina GT. With lots and lots of photographs of the restoration. 2000, sorry, no, I don't want to say 2000 viewers, I do apologise. Capri 2.8 injection. With the 5-speed gearbox, this will be probably an injection special, so it'll be about 1985-86. Ford Taunus TC 1970-71, based on the Mark III Cortina, but this will be the German-built Taunus, which looks very stylish actually. Very similar front end to the Mark III Cortina, isn't it? Another Ford Sierra Sapphire Cosworth. This is a 4x4 version. So I've also got a Panama hat in there. Not sure what year that would be. 1989 to 90 Ford Escort Mark IV Cabrio with I think these are XR3i wheels on that. Mark II Fiesta gear. Let's have the fancy dash in it. Yeah, it's got the fancy dash in it. You've got a rev count and everything in the gears. Ford Escort Mark VI Mexico. I think those were 1.6 from memory. Ford Capri 2.8 injection, 1984 to 1985. 1963, I think this was second generation Popular, based on the side valve Anglian Prefect. This will be the last year for one of these. I forget the model designation for these now. 2010 Ford Focus Mark II RS with the good old Volvo white block. Ford Racing Puma by Tickford. These were very powerful, these, and very, very expensive. Forget the year for this. Mark III Escort, 1983 to 84. Quite a basic one. This will be like a, I don't know, Popular or something, I imagine. Yeah, not sure. Mark I Escort, Mexico, 73-74 registration. And it says 600 GT on there, and it's got a Burton head, so goodness knows what that is now. And it's an Essex plate on that, maybe that was registered by Ford themselves. Very late Mark II Fiesta. This is the XR2. Yeah, standard interior in this. Actually, that, apart from the wheels, looks pretty standard in general. Mark VII Fiesta. I don't know what specification that is actually. It could just be an ST lookalike rather than a normal ST. And gosh, we've almost finished the Ford section now. Another Mark I Escort here with by Ron Harris Performance Engineering. So it's a Mexico by Harris Engineering.
Was it 100 or 98 or something? What, when the series one? Yeah.
So 71, 72 registration. Right, let's take a pause here while we go on to the next row. Pre-facelift current generation Fiat 500. This looks to be like a lounge specification. Maybe it's a lower one, I don't know. Oh, I do know that these are Fiat 124 Spiders though, viewers. Both left-hand drive, probably both originally registered in the United States of America. 78, 79 registration. Left-hand drive, of course. This one, 77, 78 with fuel injection, probably for the California emissions regulation they put that in. Mark II Fiat Panda, 1000S, super, what's that for fire engine in it? Answers in the comments section below. And then we've got another Fiat 124, a Fiat 124 Sport Coupe, I think these are called, 1968-69. It's amazing that this also formed the basis of the original Larders, although they are quite different in terms of construction and engineering. Fiat 124 Spider, I've driven one of these actually on contingency reviews last year. They are a pleasure to drive, they are really, really nice actually, these. Slightly later Fiat 124 Sport Coupe, right hand drive. I bet that is a lot of fun actually. It's amazing the condition of this. I thought these had all sort of dissolved. What's the 1.8 in it? A Ferrari Testarossa. I knew that these would come along at some point, and here it is, 8990, that Testarossa, and some Daimlers. Yes, please. I do like Daimlers on this channel, viewers. This is an XJ40 type Daimler. And do we have a beige leather interior? Yes, we do. A beige leather interior with wood and a Daimler branded car phone. Excellent. That's agreeable, isn't it? The ones that want the V12 are just badged as a Daimler like this. And then we have a much older Daimler here. This is from the BSA era. This will have no Jaguar engineering whatsoever. Majestic Major, 1962. Although Jaguar took over in 1960, the last of the sort of Daimler engineered cars were made, I think, 68. Another Ford Cortina Mark V here, 79 to 80 plate. This is a gear. Meant to be 2 litre manual. More Daimler action here. Some of these were known as the Conquest. Ooh, that's got a beige leather interior with wood as well. Oh, I can smell. Oh, this leather is. That is very nice. Oh, this is a Daimler Conquest.
Conquest Century.
Thank you. Conquest Century, 1956. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, if you fancy one of these, then this could be yours. 07746 548 242. Excellent. Little wavy grille. And then we've got a Commerce Space van. Or FCPB. They had so many names on these. This one's an L, so 72, 73. And we've got some camper action going on there. There's so many of them were. Right, I think that is it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.